What's up? It's Isaac of the Dead back here again. One thing I forgot to mention in my Acolyte review. So when I was going over it, I was like, yeah, not much has changed, right? Like the needle isn't being moved when it comes to Disney Star Wars. So I didn't know what else I could add to my review, basically, right? So I already did my review. I already did my episode 6 review. You know, I'll put a link to it in my description below. But there was something that I was like, I feel like I'm missing. Excuse me. I feel like I'm missing something from the review that was kind of bothersome to me. And then I was like, oh, now I remember. Nudity. That's what it was. Nudity in Disney Star Wars. So let's talk about it. So there's a scene that I missed, or no, I didn't miss it. I saw it from my very own eyes. But I missed it in my review, and somehow it's because I forgot. It's because I watched the episode a day or two ago at time of recording, and it just completely blanked out of my mind. I guess for good reason. So Sith guy, Asian Ezra Miller, who actually is not bad in the show, as I've said before. He goes to Unknown Planet with Osha, right? After episode 5. Osha wakes up on Unknown Planet, and Asian Ezra Miller, Sith guy, goes out to go swimming. In the nude. He does it nude, right? So he gets all of his clothes off. I'm not kidding. We don't see any butt, or, we don't see no butt or no chicken wang or nothing like that, right? But it's pretty clear the dude is naked, right? It's pretty clear he's naked. So Osha finds him, and this is stupid too. This was a really stupid moment. Was when Osha finds him, she uses her best stealth, which is being out in the open for everyone to see, to pick up his lightsaber. She picks up his lightsaber, and when he's like, feels good, doesn't it, to hold his lightsaber as the dude is naked, as he is naked, bro. He's naked, and he's like, it feels good to hold the light. You feel the power. And so she's holding his lightsaber out, like she's holding it like this towards him. She's pointing the lightsaber blade end at him without igniting it, mind you. But she's holding it at him like it's a gun. Like she's going to shoot him with a blade. She's like, stay back. I'm going to hit you with my lightsaber. Like, bro, what? Do you understand that's not how swords work? That's not how lightsabers work. You're not going to shoot him with the lightsaber. Just press it like it's not a flashlight, motherfucker. What are you talking about? So basically, he gets out of the pool. He gets out of the water, butt-ass naked. We don't see it. It's chest down, right? It's like how this camera is with me. It's chest down, right? We don't see it, but it's very much implied that he's naked. So they're sexualizing a dude, one, on Disney Star Wars. And they are... they're doing it in a very groomy way. I know that's, a lot of people are like, groomer? Oh, what do you mean? Oh, they're just panicking and losing their shit because they're probably groomers. So, it's very clear that Disney has had a track record of putting some pretty crazy, problematic shit in their old cartoons, for sure. I would certainly argue it. I think it was mostly handled in a very mature way that even the parents were comfortable with their kids watching it without being too, I guess, over the top, right? There were some cases where I felt like I was a little bit uncomfortable watching some old Disney movies, but it never stopped me from enjoying them. It never took me out of it. I never had to ask my parents, hey, what's that? Because it wasn't like full-blown nudity, right? Things like Mulan or Hunchback of Notre Dame, like those kind of things, Hercules maybe, right? Like, I didn't feel like as a kid I needed to talk to my parents because I was so curious about what I just saw or traumatized from what I just saw. Versus now, Disney's straight up grooming children. They've admitted to it. They've just straight up admitted to it. They're like, my not so secret gay agenda. I've covered this before on my channel, I believe. And, Disney's full of this shit, right? They're full on with this shit. So whenever I hear the argument, oh, why do you care about Disney Star Wars? Why do you care about Star Wars so much? It's for kids. That's what they say. That's what they say, because George Lucas said that he made Star Wars for children, but what he really meant was that he made it for everyone. Parents can enjoy it, kids can enjoy it, everybody can enjoy Star Wars because it was made for literally everybody. It appealed to everybody, regardless of race, religion, gender, whatever, right? Now, Disney Star Wars is trying to make Star Wars content for everyone, but they're excluding everyone when they do that. The audience that they have appealed to excludes everyone. They are always saying things like, how come you don't have insert victim so-and-so here whenever you have insert victim so-and-so here? They try and use the Marxist ideologies to, benefit their victim narratives and further push the woke ideology that comes with it. I don't really like using the term woke, but I'm going to use it especially in scenarios like this where they have absolutely admitted to it. When they've admitted that they're like, this is the gayest Star Wars ever. And the entire world is like, yeah, it is. It really is fucking gay, right? And they do this shit to appeal to young children. If they were doing it to adults, nobody would give a fuck. Nobody would care, right? It's when it appeals to children. That's why they're doing it. That's why Disney does it. That's why you see less of it with things like Netflix or Warner Brothers. Now, granted, those two companies and other companies are doing it. That's without a doubt that they're doing it. Disney just happens to be the one that appeals to a children and family audience. Therefore, they're making it a target. They are going after the kids. I know that people are going to be mad about this one. They're going to go straight into the comment section. They're going to be like, Isaac, what are you talking about? Oh, you don't want to be talking about Grimace. Oh, all that bullshit. I'm going to hear all the chickens clucking like a bunch of little bitches here in a little bit. But that's what I'm saying now. Is I think it's not cool to have nudity in Star Wars. Now, I know that we're about to get another big drop on me with what's it called? Naked, half naked Princess Leia. Princess Leia in steel bikini. What about Princess Leia in steel bikini? Fuck you, dog. Fuck you. She wasn't naked. She wasn't naked, stupid fuck. How can you come down? So you want to sexualize women, or you're sexist, right? Like it's the arguments that some of these people make up is so utterly ridiculous that my arguments seem like they're crazy, right? So like, how is it that my argument's the one that's wrong when they use these outlandish bullshit claims, right? So like, I'm not saying that things like, sexualizing Princess Leia was wrong or that it wasn't wrong, right? Like there's a nuanced complexity to making characters sexualized or sexy, right? And I would even argue that shirtless Ben Solo was at least tasteful, right? Shirtless Anakin Skywalker was at least tasteful. Bikini Leia was at least tasteful, right? I can make arguments for that. Yeah, I'd hate to advocate for the Disney sequels, but yeah, Ben Solo being shirtless was fine. Was it cringe? Fuck yeah, it was cringe. It was unnecessary sexualizing of a male, but that's par for the course with Disney Star Wars, or Disney in general, with Marvel and whatnot, and Hollywood in general. And of course they get mad when Steel Bikini Leia shows up. But basically, I'm not saying that it's inherently wrong or not wrong. There's a lot of arguments for and against it that I could be down to hearing. What I'm getting at with this episode in particular, now that I'm getting off of the fact that everybody else is going to argue about my argument, is that this dude was butt-ass naked. He was butt-fucking naked, dog. They didn't show it. And I know that people are going to be mad because I said, they didn't show it. They didn't show it, but it's very much implied that the dude was hanging with this little shrimp between his legs, and he was going out there naked in front of a chick. A chick who was probably, canonically in the show, underage. Maybe, fuck if I know. I wasn't paying attention to that. But what I'm getting at is that Disney Star Wars, on brand with being groomers, on brand. This is what they've been doing for the last couple years, documented. You can argue with that all you want. It's been documented, all right? Have a naked dude on a show that they say is supposed to be appealed towards kids, when in reality, it's appealing towards Disney adults. The Acolyte, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to point out that the showrunner for this show is Leslie Headland, former Harvey Weinstein personal assistant. The spirals on the forehead of May as well as on the foreheads of all the lesbian space witches, I would go ahead and say, if you feel so inclined, do a little research on spirals. Check the FBI maybe on what those mean in terms of how the bad trafficking words come in. Right? I'd be careful, but do some research on what that means. I'm not going to throw accusations or speculations out there because I'm just simply a guy who pays attention to things. I watch Sound of Freedom, watch True Detective Season 1. I just pay attention to things. I watch the Nickelodeon, documentary series. I'm just saying Hollywood is sketchy. Keep your eyes out for it. That's why I'm making this video, is to point that shit out. And of course, there's going to be people that are going to disagree with this. They are welcome to. And hopefully this video doesn't get taken down for the spicy subject matter that it contains. But hopefully my point got across without me ranting too much, because it's freaking late and my brain don't worky after midnight. So this has been Dissect of the Dead. I'll see y'all next time. Don't smoke crack. Don't be a groomer. Yeah, that's about it.